Kaugnay ng pulong ngayong umaga ni Pangulong Duterte at Chinese President Xi Jinping sa Belt and Road Forum sa Beijing, China. Makakapanayam natin si GMA resident analyst Richard Heydarian. Magandang umaga sa inyo.
Good morning, Kara.
Alright, ano ba itong Belt and Road Forum na pupuntahan ni Pangulong Duterte kung saan makikita sila ni Chinese President Xi Jinping?
So this is actually the second one, no? So the first one was the other year pa. Ito essentially yung big mega project ng China to transform the global infrastructure landscape kung saan China is expected to spend $1 trillion no, to build new ports, new roads, new railways. Essentially gagawin nila ang China bilang center of the world. Yun yung plano ng China. So meron siyang belt, meron siyang road, right? At ironically, the belt is actually on continental, meaning from China, Central Asia, Middle East, and Europe. Lahat yan magiging highway, railway. And then yung road niya, ironically, is actually in the sea. Dadaan sa Southeast Asia, South Asia, all the way to Madagascar, or all the way actually to North Africa, and then to Europe. So magmi-meet yung dalawa na. So it's a modern Silk Road, essentially. Yun ang sinasabi ng China. At gagastos sila ng close to $1 trillion. And
it's essentially connecting China to the world.
And connecting the world to China economy. So para mas madali for China to export products, to import products. At of course, mahalaga din dito, China will use its own technology to build railways at saka telecommunication infrastructure. So ibig sabihin, more and more countries maging dependent dun sa Chinese maintenance and technology, perhaps for a century to come.
So itong investments ng China dito sa Pilipinas, yung pagpapasok nila dito, yung telecoms, at saka yung paggawa nila ng ilang mga kalsada at mga bridges dito sa Pilipinas under the Build, Build, Build program.
Right.
Parte ito nitong plano ng China na ginagawa rin nila sa ibang mga bansa.
So Karen, I've been researching on this. The problem is that hindi masyadong transparent in China which projects are exactly Belt and Road Initiative and which projects are not. Parang naging blanket shotgun na siya. Like anything under, any Chinese investment is being portrayed as BRI. But yung mga projects na focuses on port facilities or port operations, dapat kasama ito dun sa Road, Port, or Maritime Silk Road Initiative. So wag natin kalimutan, there were 2 Chinese companies that showed interest in taking over yung Hanjin facility sa Subic. So you could have said that that could have been potentially been part of the Maritime Silk Road Initiative because the Chinese companies ay ngayon nag-ooperate sa Greece, sa Piraeus, sa Australia, sa Darwin. So ito yung mga tinatawag string of pearls. In Sri Lanka, they took over a whole port dahil hindi nabayaran ng Sri Lanka yung utang nila. So they're buying all these strategic assets or developing these assets all around the world. At of course, yung Pilipinas, initially hindi tayo kasama doon kasi 2013 pa na-announce yan. But I'm sure it's because of political tensions we had under the Aquino administration. Pero now na medyo friendlier tayo sa China, mukhang biglang sinasama na tayo sa Belt and Road Initiative. So, yung in-offer nila ng China ng $24 billion back in 2017, and ngayon, they said they'll sign again at $10 billion, mukhang i-connect nila sa Belt and Road Initiative. And when President Xi Jinping was here last November, nag-sign tayo ng mga MOUs, Memorandum of Understanding regarding how to enhance yung mga BRI-related investments natin.
So, hindi ito yung dahil mabait lang ang China sa iba't ibang bansa, pero dahil they're building like an empire para maging dependent sa kanila economically.
And Kara, they're desperate too. They have overcapacity in cement, in steel. Ang dami nilang, actually, they have overcapacity of productive capacity. Ang dami nilang mga factories, no? And marami silang companies na kailangan mag-export ng technology. So this is a way, I would say, to dump excess capacity ng China on the rest of the world dahil sumusobra na infrastructure nila domestically. So actually, China needs to invest. Not to mention, of course, pag nakuha mo yung mga strategic ports, may access ka rin in terms of intelligence and surveillance and even more. So, hindi po ito charity. This is a strategy by China to create a Sino-centric world, a China-centric world. Di ba? China, ibig sabihin, Middle Kingdom. So, effectively, that's what they're trying to do sa century na ito.
So, sa parte naman ng Pilipinas, anong nakataya sa pagbisita na ito ni Pangulong Duterte?
Well, let's not forget ang backdrop nito, no? So when last time andito si President Xi Jinping and last time na pumunta si Pangulong Duterte, may tension sa West Philippine Sea, but this time is different. Ang argument ko nga, this is President Duterte's Scarborough Shoal crisis equivalent. Kasi wag natin makalimutan, President Aquino was reaching out to China until 2012. In fact, nag-visit siya sa China in 2011. He met President Hu Jintao. Na-skip niya yung isang Nobel Peace Prize ceremony ng isang Chinese dissident, Liu Xiaobo, para matuwang China. And yet, ang ginawa nila sa Scarborough Shoal was, na-dupe tayo, niloko tayo, kinuha nila yung Scarborough Shoal sa atin after mutual disengagement deal. So ngayon naman, yung nangyari sa pag-asa is even worse because essentially nasa swarm, na surround at sinasuffocate tayo sa pag-asa. Ngayon, of course, sinasabi ng China na wala silang masamang balak, but this has been going on for months. And, you know, there was a report in 2013 by Chinese General Zhao, kung saan inamin niya ang strategy ng China, what they term cabbage strategy, is to surround ito yung mga pag-asa and mga islands na yan, and then i-cut off yung mga supply lines natin. Huwag natin makalimutan, we need to bring water and food supply dun sa mga tawan natin sa pag-asa. So the Chinese, by swarming these islands, sasabihin nila, we can suffocate you and cut you off entirely. At of course, sinasabi ng China, they need to surround us in pag-asa para... so ito yung quote, no? So very clear in Chinese, umamin sila, no? That this is what they want to do, to suffocate us. So baka ngayon they will not do it today or not tomorrow, but this is a strategy that has been there on the table for quite some time. So when China says wala kami masamang balak, you have to take it with a grain of salt. Huwag tayo magpaloko.
So hindi naman nila technically sasakupin yung Pag-asa Island na incidentally, ang tagal-tagal na natin doon.
Yes, 1970s pa po.
Ang tagal na natin, may mga communities na doon,
may mayor,
may eskwelahan doon sa Pag-asa Island, bumoboto na ang mga tao doon. So essentially, hindi naman daw nila sasakupin, pero pahihirapan lang nila yung pagpasok ng mga supplies.
So ang point nila is that without firing a single shot, they will siege us, they'll put a siege under us until tayo mismong lalabas. Dahil hindi na tayo makakuha ng mga supply natin. So that's what they and not to mention, mayroon tayong maintenance and upgrade facilities that Secretary Lorenzan is overseeing. So sinasabi nila ng China, parang hindi kami natutuwa dyan at mini-monitor nila yung ginagawa natin. For me, this is a big crisis, no? Kasi pinapakita ng China, their intentions are not very positive there, no? So President Duterte has to draw the line here. Na this is not right. This is not how to move forward. If we're friends, this is not what you do to your friends.
Speaking of drawing the line, usually ang ginagawa natin, hahain tayo ng diplomatic protest kontra sa China or may ginawa ring aksyon. Siyempre sila dating Ombudsman Conchita Carpio Morales at dating Foreign Secretary Albert Del Rosario sa ICC naman laban kay President Xi. May epekto ba ito at all doon sa...
I think, yun nga, once in a while, kailangan i-remind sa China that President Duterte is not a king. He does not control our foreign policy completely. Ang AFP po, minsan hindi natutuwa sa mga nangyari dyan sa West Philippines. Nagpadala na tayo ng warship dyan. Ang taong bayan po, demokrasya tayo, hindi natutuwa sa nangyari. The SWS surveys na latest nag-show na only 2 out of 10 Filipinos think that China, you know, has good intention towards us. And nakikita natin may mga anti-China protests. So you have concerted effort na nagpapakita sa China na we are not happy with what you're doing. At if tuloy-tuloy ang gagawin ng China, our government will be forced to change policy. In fact, they changed tone, di ba? Kung ano-ano mga, tough language na lumalabas sa government natin over the past few weeks.
So whether or not pansinin ng China itong mga diplomatic protest na ito, itong mga aksyon na ito, ang mahalaga, may nagsasalita pa rin.
Yes, and may public pressure. Because nakikita ng China yan sa news, sa headlines, sa media. Naku, mukhang under pressure si Digong. So we cannot put, kasi otherwise, ma-undermine din President Duterte. So, mawawala rin sila ng kaibigan. And wag natin kalimutan, remember, China was friendly with President Arroyo. I interviewed President Arroyo just the other day, and she was saying na they had the golden age of bilateral relationship. Pero dahil dun sa mga West Philippine Sea issues at saka yung Chinese investments na pumalpak, nakita natin, the next administration adopted a different line. So, pwede mangyari ulit yan. You know, pwede ma-deja vu na naman tayo na President Duterte is trying to reach out to China, but if China doesn't reciprocate that through positive actions on the ground, edi, mamaya, if not Duterte, the successor of President Duterte could take a different stance.
Okay, ang dami nating tensyon, ang issue with China. Tapos ang laging sinasabi ni President Duterte,
compromise.
Compromise tayo, wag tayo makipaggera sa kanila. Pero ito, sa Canada, meron tayong isang issue yung tungkol doon sa basura, and then he threatens to declare war. What is your take? Anong take mo dito?
Yun nga, yun yung problema natin kay Pangulong Duterte, no? I mean, yung mga lugar na he needs to draw the line and really have a consistently tough language when it concerns our national sovereignty and sovereign rights, like West Philippine Sea, suddenly President Duterte is the peacemaker, talks about pragmatism, China is our friend. And then dito sa issue ng basura, which has been since 2013 there. By the way, 3 years na si Pangulong Duterte. Why is he making noise just now, right? Suddenly, we're declaring war or threatening war. You know, Canada, a friendly nation, a democratic nation.
Parang hindi consistent.
So my point is, you have to be tough on Canada, but wag natin kalimutan, this is a complicated case. Who the hell brought that garbage? Sino dito sa Pilipinas ang pumayag dyan? Sino magbayad na aalisin ito? May mga legal processes po tayo. That's why may technical working group na gagawin para ayusin yan. So to declare war against Canada, I think this is more a reflection of President Duterte's annoyance with the Canadian government, including Prime Minister Justin Trudeau na na-criticize sa kanyang human rights record. And wag natin kalimutan, the other year, na-cancel din tayo ng helicopter purchase, Bell helicopter purchase from Canada dahil again sa human rights disagreement issue na yan.
So personal ito.
So yeah, this is bitterness because again, if this is about toughness, bakit sa China biglang let's be friends, compromise, biglang sa Canada, trash can, suddenly let's go to war? Hindi po balanse yan. So if President Duterte wants to be really tough for our interests, I support that, but be consistent and be proportionate. Sa basura, declare war. Be
tough on China as well.
And then sa West Philippine Sea, suddenly we're friends. So, yun ang problema kay Pangulong Duterte. He's not consistent. And sometimes I doubt whether this is really for the country or because of his own personal issues.
Okay. Maraming salamat sa iyo. GMA resident analyst, Richard Heydarian.